So we just had our new coach call and we were talking about just like basics of Success Club and hitting Emerald. And so what we wanted to kind of piggyback tonight is building Emeralds, because I think this is the toughest thing. And I think this is just one of those things that you kind of have to get in a groove with, just like anything. But this, for me at least, was one of the hardest things when it came to like hitting higher ranks. It's what held me back from being diamond for so long, was I had the coaches, but I didn't have the emeralds. So I'm just going to give you guys like a couple tips, and a lot of you probably already kind of know these things, but I think it's always just kind of good to reiterate. But so first thing is, when you get new coaches, make sure that when you're, did I echo? Maybe you should, everyone. Is that better? Okay, that's weird. But when you sign new coaches up and you're sending them, you know, obviously we go through that, sending them a new coach welcome email or whatever you guys do to kind of get them started right, is when you're talking to them after that, make sure you're discussing their goals. Because once they've kind of gone through their first coach training, or, you know, even just if they watch like that 45-minute video of Raina's and like Sam's 6 steps getting started right, you know, they're going to hear things like Success Club and they're going to hear things like Emerald. So they're probably going to have an idea of what it is. So when you have your getting started right call with your new coaches, make sure you are talking about those things and make sure you're asking them what their goals are rather than kind of assigning them for them. Because as we know, you can't want something more for someone else than they want for themselves. So you're just going to save yourself a ton of time. But again, touching on both of those topics. So make sure when you're talking about Emerald, you explain to people what Emerald means. Because I think a lot of people, when they first get in this business, so it depends on how people are motivated. I am very motivated by recognition. And so I think I tend to attract people like that. But so I wanted Emerald because I was like, oh, I want to be recognized as an Emerald. And I can't really remember, but I probably didn't even really know what Emerald meant or like why I wanted to be Emerald. But for me, I was just like attracted to that recognition. So, but not everyone is. So make sure you explain what Emerald is, the simplicity of getting to Emerald, you know, a family member, a spouse, etc., a best friend, and the like income potential with Emerald too. Because as we know, when people sign up, and you know, when we first signed up, like we wanted to see income. We wanted to make our first couple challenge pack sales and like actually get a paycheck. And so getting people to understand Emerald and wanting to get there is going to help them experience all that even quicker. And which is going to, in return, probably make them want to stay and continue to hit higher goals in their business. So discuss why you would want to hit it and why that should be one of your first goals, because realistically, Emerald can be hit definitely within the first 30 days of coaching if they're a full-on, like, want to work with a business coach. And even, you know, Emeralds could be hit in a day, really, depending on how quick they had like support from other people signing up. So an easy way that you can do that is make sure you're encouraging your new coaches right off the bat to lead with the business opportunity. Obviously talking about challenge packs, but I know my biggest mistake as a new coach and even just as like a new Emerald leader was I always just focused on challenge groups. And I like very rarely talked about the coaching opportunity. So why would any of my coaches? So make sure they know they should be posting about being a coach. And even if they've been a coach for a week, like how it's helping their lives, and building a team and all of this stuff, like have them be excited about that, but also to not be afraid to do those invites behind the scenes that we're doing. Don't always just do them for a challenge group, because I think it's easy to invite to something. And so like now, every third Monday of each month, we have the Rock Your Biz training group. So there's always something to invite someone to. So if you tell your new coaches that, or if you and your own personal team have a system of some sort that you're always, whether it's a sneak peek or whatever, which we always have our ongoing Live Your Yes Life with live videos that can always be invited to and can always be treated like it's brand new, even though the videos are not, currently happening. They're always still there. So there's always something to be inviting to. So make sure you give your new coaches examples of how to invite this person, or say they did a post about the coaching opportunity, or whether it's kind of vague and they're just talking about how, all the support they've been getting since signing up as a coach or whatever. Make sure you message them and be like, oh my gosh, you got however many likes on that picture. Did you message all of these people? Like, this is what I would say. And you can literally give them a script, or you can direct them to a website or the TGS Google Drive of where all those scripts are located. But if we get new coaches comfortable with doing that right off the bat, then they're always going to do that. And then chances are they're going to sign up more coaches on their team than if they were just constantly inviting to a challenge group. Because we know how easy it is to send out that discount coach script. But I think, and even some of us do it now, I know sometimes I still do it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to send that because she's like barely saying yes right now, and I don't want her to back off when I mention one more thing, which now I'm just like, I literally like slap my hand and I'm like, just fucking send the script. Like, sorry for my language, but I'm like, just send it. Like, who cares? If they're going to join, they were always going to join. Like, one little thing isn't going to throw them off. But I think as new coaches, that can be scary to send like one more thing, especially once they get that yes to someone wanting to join their group. But share that script with them too. Like, when I have new coaches sign up, I literally say, message me or text me when you have somebody interested, and I will walk you through step by step on what to say to this person to sign them up. And I always have them send that there's 2 ways to sign up, blah, 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 blah. And so that's just another thing to get them to always start doing, because that will encourage them to build their team quicker also. And another thing is, find out when you're on that getting started right call, or as you have coaches that are starting to work the business, even your discount coaches, find out what motivates them. So like for me, I said recognition motivates me. Competition does not motivate me. I like doing group fun things like Team Cup, which is coming up next month. I love doing Team Cup competitions because I just think it's fun to like team up with other members. But I'm not right. Like, if you tell me, oh, okay, like say me and Car, for example, we're both 1 stars. If someone wants to say, okay, whoever hits 2-star first, you're going to get blah, 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 blah. That would make me crawl into a shell. That wouldn't make me be like, I'm going to hit that before she does. Like, that's just not how I am. But some people are like that. Some people thrive off of friendly competition. So you want to figure out what your coaches are motivated by, because that's when you can create fun things. Say you have 2-3 girls on your team that are all pushing, working their business, and they're motivated by competition. You can put them in a chat thread and you can give them a date, or, in a certain month or whatever, and just say, okay, guys, like, we're going to use this chat thread. We're going to check in with each other. I'm going to give you tips, and whoever hits Emerald by this date, or first within the month of, let's say, August, you're going to win a $25 Amazon gift card or a tank top or whatever. Chances are, if they're motivated by that, they won't care what it is. Like, they're going to want to win it. And you can do same thing with threads, just with people who are motivated in different ways too. But if you find out, like, say you have a coach that is motivated by recognition, this is when they sign one coach up, you post in the team page a picture of them and say, I'm so stinking proud of you. You're halfway to Emerald. That is so amazing. Like, or they do an awesome post. You share their post, or you call them out. You recognize them in some way, shape, or form, publicly or in the team page, because that's going to boost their confidence, and they're going to be like, I want more of that. So just figuring out how they are motivated is going to help you be able to lead your coaches so much easier. And then that will help them obviously grow as well. And then just my last thing is just kind of creating duplication in your downlines, which is obviously the goal for all of us. And that's how any of these successful teams work. I don't know if you guys know who like Brandy Botts and Stephanie Chico, like Jen Richardson, Nikki Whiting, all of those girls. So they are all on like Brandy Botts downline. She's like the big mother coach. And all of those girls are like 15-star diamond, Million Club earners. They have multiple star diamonds on their teams. They're, you know, and they all have this same vibe, but they all just do duplication within their teams. And that is why that works so well. It's not, you're on a team. And obviously, I guess if you like hate your upline and you're like, I don't want anything to do with her, then you can do your own thing. And you're welcome to do your own thing anyways. But if you have, you know, if we have systems that work well, or tell your coaches this, if you have a system that works well, like let them know they don't have to always create the wheel. If they want to do their own group, they can do that, but they can use your posts that you've already created that you know work, or they can use your training that you've already created that you know for a fact gets new coaches started right well. Because if you have those systems in place, then all they have to do is use them, and it will just trickle down into your downline, and that's how these big teams of teams are built. So that's really all I had. I know it's kind of short and sweet, but I feel like those are just kind of the basic things to try and build emeralds within your downline, because again, you can't push someone to want something that they don't want yet themselves. And just know that just because somebody might not want to hit emerald right now doesn't mean they don't ever want to. So make sure we're like constantly checking in with the ones that are working the business and discount coaches, so that you can, you know, keep checking in with them and see where they're at, see if their goals have changed. Like once summer's over, maybe their goals have changed and all of that. Does anyone have any questions or anything?
I was going to add something. I think the biggest thing is like, it's so easy to get discount coaches on your team and have people sign up as a discount coach and things like that. But obviously, as some of you guys know, the discount coaches time span, which we kind of just talked about this on the other call, is around 3 months. Unless you're consistently checking in with them, they're consistent with Shakeology and they want to keep getting it. Like I've had at least 2 discount coaches that have been with me since my month 1 3 years ago, who are still getting Shakeology because they drink it every day. But the likeliness of that happening, as we know, is very slim. So it's nice to build those discount coaches who last whatever, maybe 3 months. But I think we kind of brush by that, okay, we got to lead with the business opportunity. And I think the biggest thing and the biggest proof of that, I guess, is like Tiff, when she started to grow, it's because she started to focus on her posts about coaching. And Jess, when she started to grow, it's when she started talking and inviting more to coaching. Same with Sarah. I mean, with the day that she signed up, I was like, now post about the coaching opportunity. When before, I would be too scared to tell my new coaches that because I didn't want them to feel overwhelmed or that they like had too many things to focus on or get nervous about all of a sudden coaching other people. So I think, like Ash said, leading with the business opportunity and falling back on the just a challenger option has just made a huge shift in our team. I think we've grown. I was looking at it. We've added 20 coaches in the past like month and a half, maybe 2 months, just total with everyone in our downline. And like, that's insane. And that's not like by chance. It's literally because we're like switching up what we're doing and focusing solely on talking about the coaching opportunity, which draws people in, you know what I mean? And even if they don't want to coach, they sign up as a discount coach. And then like myself, I was a discount coach for 3 months and then all of a sudden, okay, yeah, I guess I want to work the business. And now I'm full time. Like, it's just like things like that kind of come full circle. But I just wanted to go off what you said about that. Love it.
Yes. All right. Well, if nobody has any other questions about this topic or anything, we can let you guys go. Since I know a lot of us are getting ready for Summit and I still have to do a bunch of stuff tonight, but other than that, yeah, I mean, as you guys get emeralds and stuff and new coaches, like feel free to tag them in these recordings. They all end up on the Gold Supremacy YouTube channel too. It's always great resources to send your new coaches or tag them in if you don't necessarily have a new coach training starting right away or all of that. But just try, I would say, like this week, focus on leveraging Shift Shop that's coming up. I meant to post about it today, but our team test group, if you guys are doing that with us, is going to be starting on the 24th. I promise I'll get a post in TGS tomorrow, if not late tonight. Just figuring out who wants to be involved, and so we can figure out posting and all of that. But because that drops on Wednesday, that is released. So I
have a question.
Yes.
Do we have a TGS Summit thread by any chance? Like, I don't know if I'm part of it or not.
We don't have a thread, but we have a group page.
Yeah, okay. Just because I know that there's, like, obviously a billion teams we're a part of, and, like, we have to be here at a certain time, and I don't want to, like, miss any events or anything.
Yeah, you know what? I think what we should do is just do a maybe like a group text. Which
Okay.
Jess, I think I have your number. If not, I'll message you or you one.
I can't use my Japanese number here because I can only use it with Wi-Fi. So
Okay.
I do have a US number for the next 3 weeks. So
okay. So maybe
I'll,
message that.
it to you.
Yeah, because I think if we have a group text, because as far as TGS, like we don't necessarily have anything planned. Like I know there's all this like meet here for this, and obviously we'd like to get like a team photo or something, but it'll probably be a little bit more lenient since.
Okay, can we not have like a colored shirt? Because I legit am like avoiding Sam like the black plate because I don't own a pink shirt.
Yeah, no, so we don't have. There's no rules or anything. Obviously, yeah, we'll just want to get like a group pic, and then we're gonna let everyone know like as we're doing things, like if we go to dinner and stuff, if anyone is available and wants to go, we'll keep everyone in the loop. But yeah, message me your number for that.
Okay. Guys, don't forget to bring your hats.
Yes.
If you bought one.
That's the only thing. If you got one, bring those. And we don't know.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. We can share one.
Oh, yeah. It's been rough.
I'll show you what it looks like. Oh my God. It's still available for purchase.
So I have a hat. It's not that hat, and I'll just like flip it around and pretend I'm cool and like wear it backwards.
You have a black one?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it.
Fine. That's fine.
It's like Billabong, but you know.
They won't even know. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. But all right, guys. So we will let you go. And thanks for hopping on. We'll talk to everyone later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.